Welcome to another ThemeMountain video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a marketing campaign using one of our email templates and MailChimp. So if you haven't already created a MailChimp account, go ahead and do so. I'm just going to go ahead and log into ours here. Now, when you log in, you get to the dashboard view, and to upload a template, we can go to Templates in the top left-hand corner. We click Create Template. We click on Code Your Own, and then we click Import Zip. I'm going to name our template first, and then I'm going to select it. Now, what I'm uploading here is the marketing one, all-in-one, which is the template that has all the modules inside it. So I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to go ahead and click Upload. Now, if you're not familiar with MailChimp, their editor takes quite a bit of time. So uploading a template can take time, modifying a template can take time. So just be patient. There we go. Once the template is uploaded, you'll see this page here. A word of advice: don't do anything in this page. Don't edit the design or edit the code. We'll be editing the design once we create a campaign. So the best thing to do here is simply click Save and Exit. When we come back to our template library here, this is where our template is stored. We're now ready to create a campaign. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Campaigns in the top left-hand corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and click a new one. I'm going to select Create an Email, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a name here. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Begin. Now I'm presented with which list to choose, and I'm just going to select the entire list here, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Next. Here I fill out the campaign info, but as I'm just doing this as a tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and fill out the campaign name and the email subject. I suggest you go through this and go through all the settings before you send out your marketing campaign. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and click Next, and then we're going to move to the template. So I'm going to go to Save Templates, and I'm going to select the email template that we just uploaded. Now the next thing here is modifying the design and adding the modules. Now when you first see this, this can be quite confusing because you don't see all the modules at once. Instead, you only see the very first one of the template. Now if we roll over this module here, we can see that we can edit the text, and we also are presented with a few options here. The first one is to hide the module. The second one is to add another section. The third one is to remove. And then we have a drop down here where we can select to register it as a particular module. And we can see that we have all the modules properly named here, so it's pretty easy to find what you're looking for. So I'm going to leave the pre-header here, and I'm going to click Add. Now when you add a module, you'll notice that the editor freezes up, but this is just MailChimp's editor, so don't panic. It's going to add the second module here. So I'm going to go ahead and register this as a header. So let's see, I'm going to choose centered header with basic menu. Now when you do this, it's very likely that when it registers it as a new module, it's going to pull content from the previous one that we just duplicated here. Now if this happens, just go ahead and delete the module and go ahead and add it again, and this should sort it out. Again, this is MailChimp's editor, not the template. So I'm going to just go ahead and register this as a header centered with basic menu. There we go. So now we see the logo, we have the menu items here. I'm then going to go ahead and add another item. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add. And then we have the third module that was inserted, and this time I'm going to go ahead and select Hero 1. And there we go. And as you can notice here, with their editor, it doesn't properly expand. So you can see I can scroll down to the bottom of this module, and again, this is the MailChimp editor. So if this happens to you, just go ahead and reload the page. It should remember the modules that you've already inserted. I'm just doing that here. And there we go, so I can scroll properly here. Now, as you can see as well, the information here on the button looks a little bit off. But if you want to see what the layout actually looks like, we can go ahead and click Preview and Test. So we can enter Preview mode here, so we can just take a quick glance at what it actually looks like. So this looks pretty good. So I'm going to go back to Design mode here. Just a note though, if you want to make sure of what it actually looks like, send a test email to yourself before sending out the campaign. That's the best way to ensure what the design will end up looking like. So I have my pre-header, my header, and my hero section here. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this one. And then I'm going to insert a intro section. So here we go, I have a fourth section here, and this time I'm going to select, let's see, actually you know what, I'm going to insert a footer to begin with. Let's see here, I'm going to insert footer 1. There we go. Again, I have the problem with the scrolling here, as you can see, so I'm going to reload in just a bit. But what I wanted to do first was I'm going to duplicate this one also. And it should have inserted. Okay, perfect. So it inserted the new element way at the bottom. And the reason why I wanted to do this was to show you how you can reorganize the modules. So you just roll over the module you want to move, you click and you drag it. So I'm going to drag it up here. There we go. And so this is how you reorganize the modules. Now I'm going to go ahead and register this module here as a intro section. So I'm going to choose intro with basic with button here. So there we go, we have our layout for our marketing campaign here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, once you start editing the content of each module, you can simply click it like this, and then click on Edit. So you can go ahead and edit the text. I'll just show you this quickly. I'm just going to duplicate it here. You can also, of course, edit the header, the button, and so forth. For the hero section, we can also go ahead and add an image. Now, in order to do this, we're just going to go ahead and save that. We're going to go ahead and click Hero. And here you can also change the background color, and you can also set an image. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click Replace, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Upload. So let's see what we have here. We're going to go ahead and select a hero image. I'm going to choose this one here, 700 by 500 pixels. And there we go. And that's how you set the background image of a hero section. So we're going to go ahead and click Save. And I'm not going to go ahead and modify all the sections here now because this is just for illustrative purposes. But once you've edited all the modules and modified the text, then we go ahead and click Next here. So now that we finished the design, you're presented with all the different settings that we've just gone through. Of course, you can go back and edit it. Now, again, I'm not going to go ahead and send this to our subscribers as this is just a tutorial. But I strongly suggest before you send it out, make sure that you send it to yourself. Remember that you can always have a look at Preview and Test to have a look and see what it looks like. And you can obviously send a test email here as well. So I suggest you do that. And that's all for this tutorial.